Hello, everyone. We've made it. Double digits. We are here. It is episode 10.
Episode 10.
10, sorry. 10 of the NextGen Playbook podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Charlie, with my incredible co-host, Reed. And we're going to start it off with probably the
10.
biggest, okay. The biggest news in a while,
Are you
baseball-wise.
Tennessee? Because you're the only town
Okay,
I've seen.
okay. Probably the biggest news we've seen in a long time, baseball wise. Shohei Ohtani, 10 years, $700 million.
Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers.
I
What the
need,
flippity flip?
I know exactly. Reed, why don't you take it away? Because he had the biggest reaction I think I've ever seen.
Um, so this broke last Saturday. So 7 days ago, and I thought this was crazy. I thought for sure he was going to the Blue Jays. They all thought he was on the plane.
This is like the exact thing that, what was it? Was it Aaron Judge? Yeah, it was Aaron. It's pretty much the same thing
John
as,
Heyman, Arson
yeah.
Judge to the
What,
Giants.
what is he doing? What is John Heyman doing?
No, it wasn't John Heyman that broke
Was it
that.
John Orosi? What's his
It
name?
was JP Moroz.
Someone.
It
People,
wasn't Heyman.
y'all gotta like shut up because the
Yeah.
day before was confirmed to the Dodgers, he's everyone's like he's on a flight to
Toronto.
Toronto,
Yeah.
and I was down for that. I think everyone
Yeah,
was.
I thought that was legit, and then it was Shark Tank guy Robert. What's his face? I think that's really hilarious. But 10 years 700 is wild, and
And
he's deferring all of that, or
until near the
not
end,
all of it, but
I think he's making 2 million a
$2
year.
million a year for the next 10 years, and then after the contract, he gets 68 million a year for the next 10 years after that.
Yeah,
So
which
he's getting paid.
it makes sense because it helps. It, I mean, of course he's gonna have endorsements that are gonna get him more
Still
money,
filthy rich.
and I mean, it helps him because I mean, of course, probably, I mean, the main reason that he went to LA over teams like San Francisco and um what's it called, Toronto, other than location, and he's already living in
He's already
LA.
lives there, yeah,
But they win. They know how to make it to the playoffs
and
and
like immediately.
exactly. And him deferring all this money freaks up so much money, which we've already seen them put to good use. Tyler Glasnow and Milwaukee Marco both traded, but we'll get to those other MLB deals that we've seen go down a little bit later on. But some wild news. And what do you think this? How do you think this changes the landscape of the MLB?
I think if you're throwing out more money than they do in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah,
in all of Europe for soccer, like it's LA, so you're not surprised. There's a lot of money in California,
but 700
but
million.
$700 million is a lot of money. I
Yeah,
would not be surprised to just start seeing loads and loads of cash getting thrown out at all sports around the world, especially a lot more in the U.S. Um, that like 700 million
I mean, I
blows
remember when I saw
everybody out the
the big
water,
Mahomes deal for what, 50, was it 15 years, 500 million?
something like that.
And I was shook. Of course, soccer contracts is weird. It's harder to see how much money they're gonna make. I mean, I'm pretty sure Killian had a deal where he's gonna make like 1 billion in a year, right?
Hmm.
That he declined. But still, 10 years, 700 million is wild. And I mean, it's incredible. And I mean, I think I mean, this has to make the Dodgers the biggest contender. But at the same time, this is the Dodgers, and we've seen them put
Old in the
together big deals
playoffs.
before, and it didn't work out for them. So
Yeah.
I'm scared, but I'm not too worried. I think the big deal, at least as a Braves fan, we need to find a way to get over the Phillies. But moving on to other things that I don't know. I don't know. The guys can throw it over a defense, and Jaden McDaniels and Bo Nix and Michael Penix are all very good at that. And that's why they were three of the four Heisman nominees. And unfortunately, Jaden Daniels won.
It was well deserved, but I
He was
I
low.
just spat everywhere.
He was
Projectile my virus.
Yeah, he was low key stat padding.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? I have a hot take here. I put this on the notes page. I feel like if Michael Penix Jr. is in the SEC, with the same stats he put up, obviously you can get into these what ifs, what if, whatever, blah blah blah. I think if Penix was in the SEC and he put up stats, even just slightly similar to like the ones he put up at Washington, he's a sure Heisman lock. But Washington just is in the
It's a
Pac-12.
small market team.
It's in the Pac-12 where defense was not nearly as like focused on. It's more about the offenses in the Pac-12. So I think that's the issue there is that he just wasn't playing as good of defenses, but he balled out when he needed to. And hey, Who cares? He's in the playoff.
Benjamin.
Jane
He's
Daniels
playing in the
didn't.
Relia Quest Bowl against an unranked Wisconsin team, which technically is the Outback Bowl.
Who?
LSU. They're in the Relia Quest Bowl. Yeah. Oof. Why didn't they put him in the Citrus Bowl? I feel like at least give him that.
I don't know.
Sounds way better than the Relia Quest Bowl. They should have just kept it as Outback Bowl. Anyways, in my opinion, you played all 4 quarters against GSU, bro. Let's calm down. Bo Nix put up 6 touchdowns in 1 half and got pulled out, and you are playing 4 quarters against these smaller teams. Now then again, he was putting up like Joe Burrow-esque numbers, so but he was low-key stat batting, like 4 quarters against GSU. Come on, come on. But
They had Army at home while one of the games. Like that's so easy.
yeah.
That's
Well, I
light.
mean that's part of the thing. I mean, Florida we get that Sanford's our one easy opponent next year. Sanford.
Oh yeah, y'all about to
We
get
are
one
winning
of
like
those.
one game, bro. One game.
Oh, it's
Also,
bad.
I'm going on a mini right here. What are we doing schedule wise, y'all? FSU is supposed to be Florida's final game of the season every year. Texas? What? What are
Wait, it's
we?
not your final game?
No,
I didn't even look.
Texas is their final game this year.
Huh.
Is rivalry weekend just going away?
Oh, well, the SEC championship is a week later than usual next year. Like
And
all the
and we're
conference
like we're
championships are a week
changing it so
later.
now we have more in conference games. So like I think this is going to be like a Pac-12 type scenario where everyone's just going to start beating each other, and then we're not going to really have a really good consensus per leader to take a spot in the playoff. But speaking of the playoffs,
Real.
the 4 teams have been selected. The Kentucky Wildcats, Michigan Tech,
Dude,
BYU.
the Quinnipiac Bobcats.
Yeah, BYU, the 4 teams. But to be for real here,
Hey, QU's got a chance, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I think
They won they won the hockey national championship. Watch out for football, man.
you never know. Michigan Tech Huskies, go Huskies, man. Y'all got it. Next year, I believe. Come on, Kentucky Wildcats. Go Kitty Cats. All right, anyways, what's your prediction for the college football playoff?
Roll Tide. The Alabama Crimson Tide are going to win the college football playoff over the Washington Huskies. I think that Alabama is the best coached team in the country. I believe that they will win.
Against two.
Michigan does. Oh, Washington. They're going to beat Washington. I just think that Alabama's just a bit too hot right now. They got a bit too much momentum going into this. Yeah, they're the underdogs, which is pretty rare. So, we'll just see how they handle it. But Jalen Milroe looks really good. Isaiah Bond looks really good. Everything about them looks really good right
Yeah,
now. I'm not
I
gonna
I
lie.
agree. They've been incredible, but I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna go the Longhorns. They're back.
Okay.
Texas is back, baby, for real this time.
No, what are they playing in? Are they in the Cotton Bowl or is it it's the Sugar Bowl?
I think,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Sugar Bowl. That's gonna be such a fun game to watch. I cannot wait
And
for that
the
game.
thing is, for Washington, their defense just really can't like Texas' defense it's not great, but it's miles ahead of what Washington has,
Mhm.
and their offenses are comparable. I think I'd give the side edge to Washington,
Yeah,
but
but
Washington has played close games against not good
it's
teams.
who they're gonna. Yeah, the Apple Cup against
Exa
Washington
you're,
State was
you
brutal to watch.
exactly.
Walk-off field
I mean,
goal.
and I get ASU always gives Washington and all the big Pac-12 schools trouble, but
Hmm.
like 15-7, come on, yo.
Yeah. I think it's just gonna come down to who can make the biggest stops.
And I think Texas is going to do that. And then, I mean, Michigan are a bunch of frauds. We all know that.
Yeah, their offense has been really slow. That game against Iowa, they didn't need to score many points. Obviously, I believe they shut them out. Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
but so they didn't need to. They needed to score one more point than them, and they scored
But
a
like they have
lot
like
more. But
two
still,
they have like two real games on their entire schedule.
which was
And
OSU.
Penn State.
Yeah,
That's literally it. And Penn State's not even that good.
yeah. Penn State was not great this year.
Yeah. People try and tell me the Pac-12 or like the Big 12 is bad. I'd take the ACC over that. No, I would take the ACC over the Big 10. It's more competitive. But yeah, I'm gonna go Texas over Bama. We've seen them beat them before, and I think Alabama. I think they put everything they have into these past 2 games, and I think they've just I think emotionally they're probably just drained and
But they do get a huge break, and that's the thing.
true, but I think also their magic just kind of ran out as well.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna doubt Nick Saban.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and they win the whole thing, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
I just like to go on the best well coach, the best coach team, and so that's why I believe that
Ah,
Alabama's gonna do
Steve
it.
Sarkisian calling plays for the 2017 Falcons. Let's run a bootleg, fourth and down against the Eagles and use our fullback as a wide receiver. That's a smart idea. It did not work.
Oh, let's let a easy interception bounce off the knee of our safety. I
No,
forgot who it
yeah,
was.
exactly. And then it falls
Was it
for
Keanu
I think it
Neal?
was Keanu Neal.
Yeah, because he's the one like in like the Julian Edelman catch that like was he the one that like
Hey, who's been eliminated from the playoffs right now? Hey, who's 3-10? Who's had 9 different QBs on the roster and every single one of them has been bad?
Will Greer is elite. Trace McSorley is elite.
Like Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones,
Bailey
Trace
Zappi.
McSorley,
Hey, we're gonna get to
Will
we're
Greer,
gonna
Lee
get to Bailey
Cunningham.
Zappi later.
Okay, whatever. And then moving on to the other New Year's Six bowls. Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'll start with this one. I'm trying to read over my notes
Well,
here.
we got Oregon and what's it called, Liberty in the
In
Fiesta
the
Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl, yes. Good. Congratulations, Liberty, for being
Honestly,
13 and
I
0.
mean, I wish Tulane made it because I love Tulane, but
Congratulations, Liberty, being 13 and 0. But y'all don't stand a chance against Oregon. Um, UGA, I feel like is going to win the Orange Bowl. They're the most. They honestly are. I know Florida State's like pissed off, but Georgia's also pissed off, and they are still very, very talented. And I
but their
don't.
QB's ugly and their
They're
tight
not
end has a receding hairline.
they're not losing like a ton of guys. FSU is. So I like UGA in that. The Peach Bowl, interesting one. Ole Miss, Penn State. I'm gonna give the
Penn
edge.
State's a bunch of frauds, so I
I'm gonna
think
give the edge to the SEC team there, and
then in the Cotton Bowl it's OSU and Mizzou.
the Ohio State University. Oh, I wouldn't be. I don't know. Mizzou's been on
I
a
love
great
Brady
run.
Cook. I don't think I know anyone who isn't a Brady Cook fan because Brady Cook is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mizzou, Columbia, Missouri.
I know who doesn't love Brady Cook, honestly. For me, I think it's gonna be closer than people realize. I think Oregon is honestly probably just over with this season with how, saddening everything ended for them. And then I'm gonna go an emotional statement win for FSU that it's like we should have been in the playoffs.
I hope so, man. I want Georgia to lose two in a row so bad.
Me
Like that,
too.
not losing in like 2.5, 3 years, and then losing two in a row is comical.
Yeah, and then
Please, FSU.
I'm gonna go with Mizzou over OSU. I think it's one.
Sorry. Carry on, my wayward son.
So anyways, I think Mizzou is gonna beat OSU because no offense, this OSU team's kind of in turmoil, and I think Marvin Harrison's probably gonna sit out of this game. Kyle McCord's transferring, so they don't really have
Where's he going again? Has he announced
he
yet?
hasn't announced yet. I mean they can't get over they can't get over the hump right now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mizzou. They got everything to play for, and I think they're gonna get it done. And then once again, Penn State's a bunch of frauds. Ole Miss is gonna win the Peach Bowl. So go
Oh,
Rebels.
yeah, go Rebs. I think I have an Ole Miss shirt somewhere.
You do have an Ole Miss shirt somewhere.
I do.
Yep, it's a cool shirt.
Baby blue.
Okay, anyways, moving on to the professional side of football that's located in
Bad
America.
football. Yep.
Yep. Uh, the most disappointing teams thus far in the NFL, and both of ours are coming from the AFC.
Mine's the Buffalo Bills. They've been heating up as of late. They played a really tough game, a really good game against the Eagles a couple weeks back, and then they had a really great win against the Chiefs. And whatever you want to say about that controversial call with Kadarius Toney, he was offsides. I think
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious.
unfortunately.
Patrick Mahomes is like he's so hypocritical for that because the amount of games that the Chiefs have gotten bailed out
Oh, but
of.
the D Ford call. But that's actually D Ford's
No,
fault.
but he was offside.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's it. They never get screwed out of games. They like lose games because they lose it for themselves. And so like when he's going out because they lost that game for themselves. Let's not mistake that. When Patrick Mahomes goes out of his way, and by the way, when he's speaking out against the refs, you have reporters and stuff just all over Mahomes about how like great of a leader he is. Like no, like it's okay to lose. losing sucks. I know they're not having a great year. I believe they're eight and
I don't think
five.
Mahomes thing losing is no. He's yeah, they're 8-5. I don't think Mahomes enjoys losing, and
No,
especially with the way
definitely.
the season's been going. I mean, the MVS drop against the
It's
Eagles.
very infuriating for them, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be a leader. You have to
Take
just take
accountability.
accountability for the loss.
I
There's
agree.
so many other things in that game that could have gone a different way to where you wouldn't even have to make that play call in that situation. Um,
Yeah,
and so yeah. But the Bills have had two tough games, and then they've got another tough game. Um,
and low key, I think there's just like I think there's some. I feel like I keep on talking about turmoil, but like
if they beat the Cowboys here, I think they're gonna get in the playoffs. And this obviously this Cowboys team
yeah,
is
we'll talk about this
really
AFC, but this is a
that is
it's
really,
going to
really
be a
good.
tight playoff
But
race.
if the Bills don't, then they're not getting in the playoffs, and that's wild to think about because
Exactly.
they were like Super Bowl favorites, and now
Usually they're just the regular season team that bows out, but
you could just see like a lot of like changes happening. You already saw
exactly.
Ken Dorsey get fired. Leslie Frazier got fired from the defensive play calling earlier in the year. You see a
I
lot
think
of things change.
McDermott
Might be
is
next.
probably if they don't go on a deep playoff run, he's probably out.
Dude, Stephon Diggs, like
I mean,
with the issues there,
he does not want to be there.
Gabe Davis is way too inconsistent.
Yeah.
Lack of a run
I think
game.
people just thought he was going to be wide receiver too, and then he never really could do it.
Yeah, it's more Shakir.
Yeah.
And I like what they do with their tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton
Duncan
Kincaid.
Cade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's about all they've got going for them. Their defense is really banged up. I mean, yeah, it's
And
not as
Von
good.
Miller's legal issues and stuff.
They're
So
playing better of late, but I mean, it's still we'll see what happens here.
yeah, no, I could have gone the easy route and gone with the Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to keep it in the AFC, but I'm going to go the Jacksonville Jaguars. You might be saying, Charlie, they're beating their division. They're 8-5. They are not playing very good football. Like you're losing to the Joe Flacco led 8-5
I
Browns.
think just about anybody would lose to the Joe Flacco led 8-5 Browns,
Sure,
except the Rams because the Rams whooped them. But
yeah, but
unimportant.
like, guys, I mean, I get, T. Lawrence has had issues this season with I think injuries, right?
He's hurt now. He hurt
Yeah,
his ankle.
but like. If they're in any other division, I doubt they're really winning that. And maybe if Anthony Richardson doesn't get injured at the beginning of the year and the Titans know who their starting QB is at the beginning of the year, they might not be winning this division.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could have gone the easy answer with the Chiefs, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. And I mean, I think everyone was expecting big steps forward by Jacksonville, but I think these are like
Baby steps
baby
backwards.
steps backwards. Yeah,
I think he'll
I feel like they're
learning into big
stalling
steps. Yeah.
out. So I think they'll figure it out. I think Doug Peterson is a good coach. I think eventually they're gonna have to move on from him just to like really progress and jump statistically in the playoffs and all that, but not too bad. Now moving to the national side of the National Football League, it's the NFC,
Oh.
and probably the two biggest Super Bowl contenders reside in this conference. It's the 49ers and it's the Eagles, but the Eagles aren't even leading their division. So what's your take on the situation there?
No,
Yes, yeah, yeah. Are we high-fiving?
you have to call on me.
I'll read.
I think the 49ers are going to win the division. The Cowboys have the same hype every year, and I know they've looked really, really, really good this year. I just still don't believe the hype. Like, I need to see them get to at least the conference championship game before I really buy into them. Obviously, they're going to win that division most likely. Although who knows? But I like the 49ers to win that conference.
Yeah, we've seen what they can do against. I mean, they blew out the Cowboys earlier this year. They blew out the Eagles.
Did they play? Yeah, they did. I couldn't remember if they
There,
played
I
the
mean, there's
Cowboys.
not. I mean, the Lions don't have playoff experience. The Cowboys don't. Dak folds every single year in the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe that'll change.
So I don't think it will. I think I'm agreeing with you, and I wouldn't even say I'm not even gonna bring up the Cowboys. I think the biggest contender is probably like the Lions or the Eagles. But we saw the Eagles got killed. So it's the 49ers.
The Eagles have gotten thrusted into 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a kid show
can
here, bro.
you
All right, this is a for a family audience. Okay, yeah, doing your best Chris Brown impression. But yeah, I think it's 49ers, and really their only competition is probably the AFC, which we're going to talk about. It is wide open, y'all. From 11 to 6 in the AFC, every single one of them is 7-6.
Well, now the Bengals are eight.
Oh
They're
yeah,
eight and
they're
six,
8-6.
we don't have the updated standings here. So we're going off of last week. Wonderful. Because I don't feel like doing math. So from seed 6 through 11, so Steelers, Indy, Houston, Denver, Cincinnati, Buffalo. We'll just say Cincinnati for the sake of this. They're all 7 and
Seven and
6.
six. I think we go in order of what teams you think are actually going to make it out of this.
Okay.
I think, but I don't know if Buffalo is going to make it.
There's if they lose this next game, they're not.
Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh's not going to do it. I don't think Indy's going to do
Pittsburgh's
it.
not doing it. And that's 2 spots for 6 teams, right? So
Yeah,
we can eliminate Pittsburgh, we can eliminate Indy.
I think we can eliminate Houston.
I think we can I think it's Cincinnati and Denver.
I think it's probably a 3-horse race between Houston, Denver, and Cincinnati at the end,
I think it's gonna be Cincinnati and Denver.
which is wild. I mean,
Be-
Jake Browning and like what were they? The 1-4 Denver at one point.
No, 1 and 5. Maybe 1 and 4. Hold on, Cincinnati. So currently Cincinnati's got the 6th seed over the Steelers. Um, this is a headache right now.
And I mean, you could also easily see. I feel like I could easily see Cleveland falling out of the playoff race as well.
Huh.
So
I feel like if Cleveland can get to that 10-win benchmark, I think they'll be in.
yeah,
But the thing is with the AFC North is you got Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati all either in the playoffs right now or in the hunt. So at the moment, Cincinnati, I guess, is the 6th seed, Pittsburgh's the 7th seed, and then you've got the rest of the teams, and then you've got all 4 teams in the playoffs right now.
that is
So you're gonna see a 10-win team not make it.
hats
It's like
off to them.
it's like
Yeah.
the '08 like Patriots, like going 11-5 with Matt
Oh
Castle
yeah.
and not doing it. Bah! You're supposed to do like the thing where like I act like I punch you, but I don't, and then you just go woo.
Oh,
Like yeah, let's see. Yeah.
oh, jeez.
Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you, Jimbo Lee. Anyways, um, yeah, this is gonna be awesome playoff race to see unfold. This is exactly I think what we want to see. And hey, hats off to Denver, Houston, and Indianapolis and also Cincinnati. I don't think anyone really is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan to be quite frank.
School the Steelers.
But yeah, congrats to like those 4 teams.
Samina.
You know?
Yeah. One more comment. Who do you think is gonna win that conference? I think it's gonna be Baltimore.
I don't know, man.
Casey's gonna, do good because they're KC.
I can agree with you on that.
Baltimore
Yeah.
because they just the most well-rounded.
I mean, the Dolphins can't beat a winning team.
No,
The Casey's KC. I already talked about Jacksonville, and then all the wild card teams. I think.
and it's just they'll do enough to get
I
in.
think Denver may have a chance if they keep this hot. I think Denver may have a chance to do it all, but
That's a lot, dude. They have experience with
true, they
runs.
did lose 70-20 earlier this year. I forgot about
But,
that.
but that's the thing. That's one game. Like who cares?
Yeah.
Because a loss is a loss if you lose.
But
By, if you lose by 1 or lose
they
by
have the most
50.
experience with this.
I
They have
guess.
probably the most competent quarterback other than like maybe CJ Stroud in those teams in the playoffs.
CJ Stroud's like out this week too.
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
they just called him out. Concussion. Are they playing Jackson? No, they already played Jacksonville twice. Who are they playing? I don't know who they're playing.
Yeah.
But that's a tough blow for them.
But moving, I know we were. Nope, I'm not. I'm not going to be able to create a segue. There's no way. We're just going to start talking about the MLB free agency again. Sonny Gray.
You'd start, yeah.
Sonny Gray went to St. Louis. 34-year-old signed a 3-year, $75 million deal, and St. Louis brought in some other veteran arms, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? Kyle Gibson, right?
Kyle Gibson, Lance Lynn,
Lance Lynn,
Lance
right.
Lynn, 2015 Cardinals legend Lance Lynn.
Matt Adams. No, he's retired, but Matt Adams.
Matt Adams.
I like talking about Matt Adams.
We love Matt Adams. Braves legend.
Oh yeah, just a scrimmage walk-off winner guy, Matt Adams, 2020.
Matt Adams.
Matt Adams. Jung Ho Lee, the Korean. Finally, the Giants signed someone they said they were gonna sign.
Jung Ho Lee.
It took him long enough, but I like him a lot.
No, I think he'll be
it's-
very great.
Yeah, exactly. He brings a lot to the table. Bat, glove. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, It was like a 5-year,
I,
113.
I thought it was 185.
Oh, it might have been more than that. Yeah, it might have been 185.
I
It's
think
5 years, like
five
something.
years, 100
That
something.
that's a lot though.
But
The average annual salary on that is like
I
ridiculous.
guess I don't know. Maybe I might be off.
He's making more than Otani.
Well,
Yeah.
um, yeah, Jungho Lee that signing. So I think the first Asian internationals off the table. Now it's all done to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Tyler,
No, there was another guy that Japan is auctioning off.
is it? Oh, is it a bat? Is
No,
it?
it's a pitcher, I
It's a
think.
pitcher. Okay.
Oh, it might be a bat. No, not Kondo. No, it's not Kondo.
Yeah.
Soto? No.
I think we'll have to see how Jungho Lee does though as well because we've seen. I'm.
Korean.
We've seen a lot. I mean, what's it called? Togo Akiyama. I get he's a little bit older when he joined in 2020, but his bat wasn't really great.
Oh, Shogo.
Shogo
Shogo Akiyama.
Shogo Akiyama.
Trevor Bauer vlogs.
Yeah. Uh, it's Hyung Akash. I feel like a casual thinking about this. Kyungmin Kim, the Gold Glover. Who was it? The Gold Glover for the San Diego this year.
Oh,
The hot one.
Ha-Seong Kim.
Hyung Kim. I'm such a casual. Oh my gosh. How did I forget that? He's like my favorite player ever. I need to get back on the MLB train, y'all. This is getting absurd.
It's getting
This is
absurd.
getting
You know what else
so
is getting
bad.
absurd? The way the Dodgers are throwing around money. Okay? Go Giants, not the Dodgers. Why? Why do you have to you trade that's at the end. Yes, we're good. Why are the Dodgers just throwing around cash, man?
Because I can't win any other way.
They traded they're like Manchester City, bro.
Or menu.
Back off. They traded two nobodies for Manuel Margot and Tyler Glass now. Tyler Glass is gonna get hurt, but Manuel Margot is gonna hit 280 for you.
Somehow, yeah, they know how to turn veteran bats into silver sluggers. So
Yeah.
the rest of the league's on notice.
And then another one, my guy Jack Flaherty. I know his last team was the Orioles, but Cardinals legend.
Signed 1 year deal.
1 year deal with the Tigers, 14 million, making more than Otani.
I don't really, honestly, I don't get that deal that much. The Tigers really think they can compete.
They think they them.
Yeah, oh God. Which, sorry, I know that's kind of all over the place, but the Tigers may think of Austin Meadows with the Tyler Glasnow deal. I just want to bring this up. The Chris Archer deal was bad, but looking back on it, it's really not bad. Like Austin Meadows did not pan out for Tampa.
No.
Tyler Glasnow is made of glass. Shane Boss is pretty good.
Tyler Glass sounds fun to watch pitch.
Oh, I
But
love.
he throws so
Yeah,
hard.
thank you, foolish baseball.
Thank you, Oakland Coliseum.
Oh yeah.
Because I showed you the video.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you,
so
Josh
fun.
Lowe.
Josh Lowe.
I know we brought up a reference to European football a second ago, but we're gonna dive into it because the European or the UEFA Champions League concluded their group stage. Uh,
You
six.
start this one because this is gonna
Six.
get ugly for everybody
Oh
else.
yeah, someone's about to go on a rant. It was a sick. Each team played. All the teams in the UCL played 6 games in groups of 4. They played 3 games. It was like the World Cup, pretty much. Except they played 2 games against everyone. Don't mind him. He's about to go insane. 2 teams qualified for the UCL in each group. The top 2 teams. Third team went down to the Europa League, and then the fourth team, no European competition. Unfortunately for us, our 2 teams that were in the competition did not make it out.
Foe.
Huh?
Fourth place.
Oh yeah, fourth place. Yeah.
Foe.
Yeah. My biggest disappointments in the UCL were Sevilla. They're the Europa League merchants, but in a group with Racing Club Lens, who lost their 2 best players in Luis Openda and Seko Fofana, and they outplaced you, and a PSV team that looked atrocious at the beginning of the group, and you can't get a win. You get 2. Just make it to the Europa League at least. Unbelievable stuff, man.
Unreal. Unflippin' real, man.
Feyenoord. What are we doing, y'all? What are we doing? I give you all this stuff. I'm like,
They don't say y'all.
Lazio, and Atleti. I mean, Lazio's not that good, guys. Lazio's not that. Apparently they are now.
Yeah.
Apparently Lazio is good all of a sudden. Feyenoord is bad. What is going on? Santiago Jimenez, Quentin Timber, huh? Xhaka Bijlo. What are we doing, guys?
Sorry, I'm just looking at
They're
your
making me
notes.
look like idiots right now. They're making me look like idiots. And then finally, a team that topped their group. I'm going Barcelona as my third disappointment. 12 points, almost not making it to the UC, not almost not making it to the knockouts because of a loss to Antwerp in a group with Shakhtar Donetsk and Porto.
That was the easiest group
That
ever.
is the
But
easiest group ever.
besides Manchester City's.
But the thing is, they had RB Leipzig in their group. Like
Oh,
at
that's
least they
true.
had one other big
Did they beat Leipzig like 8-1 on aggregates last year or something?
7-1. They scored. No, was it 8-1? It might have been 8-1.
It was 8-1. They drew the first one and
then they
won
scored
7-0.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, the day. That was sweet. Right after school, you'd start watching UCL. Good stuff. But yeah, Barcelona. I mean, Xavi's apparently on the hot seat quite a bit right now. So we'll just have to see. I think he needs a good run in the
Belly
UCL.
goal! Belly goal!
Belly. Camera flash. Camera flash. We will not be bringing up Real Madrid, but I'm going to bring up as one of my biggest surprises Real Sociedad. They topped a pretty good group. RB Salzburg came in last. Benfica, who I think I said was going to top Real Sociedad and Inter Milan, and they topped that group. This is
Did Inter came in second?
Inter came in second, and then Benfica finished in third. Sociedad, Takafusa Kubo. I don't know what y'all doing that, but y'all, hey. Aritz, I mean, I like their defense with Aritz Studiano. I'm definitely butchering that, but I mean, good work from them. I mean, apparently the Kieran Tierney loan worked out quite well. He's been great on the international front with Scott McTominay.
Scott
Have you ever
McTominay!
seen the owners like Tierney skins Carvajal like an old Spanish sausage, pings it into the box, handball, McTominay! Oh, it's so good. I've watched that like a couple of times. It's so good. And my other one in the group that he watched so much of, Copenhagen. They had the best Rooney ever all time in that group. Your eyes look okay. Yeah, Copenhagen. I mean, I picked them to finish last, and then even then they beat out Galatasaray. A good Galatasaray squad. And they finished in second. They're going to qualify for just the second time into the knockouts of the UCL. Reed, do you want to take it away? What's your big disappointment? I feel like I have a sneaking suspicion on who it could be.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no leadership
In this football team or football club.
in this football club. God, that you are pathetic. The Onana, go back to Inter Milan. David De Gea, please, my glorious king. David De Gea.
Never realized how good it was until it's gone. Apparently.
I know.
Okay, I should not have said that.
Rasmus Højlund is the only thing that's good for us
But
so far.
He can't score in the league.
He can't score in the Prem, but he can score in the Champions League. Who cares?
That means he's not getting another goal the whole season.
Oh. Oh, no.
Rashford, very bad.
Rashford injured, bad. Bruno Fernandes injured. Casemiro injured.
Anthony, Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's not even playing for Real anymore.
Oh my god. Harry Maguire is the only thing that's good for us.
Imagine telling that to you last year.
But tell that to somebody like, yeah, dude.
Varane's injured. Lassanger's off and on.
Dude, we're about to get battered at Liverpool. Anfield,
I forgot y'all play Liverpool.
Anfield is about
It's going to be 8-0.
It's going to be worse than last year. And Liverpool's top of the league.
They are top of the league, bro. This is great. Yeah, Newcastle came in fourth, but that's okay. So
Oh my god. This is going to be so bad.
they topped their group though, so I'm happy.
It's going to be so bad. Oh my god.
At least I can focus on the league now, right? No more European.
We're not going to make top 4. Have you seen our form?
Wait.
Please.
Alex
The
Ferguson. Conference League is calling.
Hey, Alex Ferguson, I know you're old, okay? I know that your wife just died.
Okay.
Please come back. Eric Ten Hag is a cloud. Samina, mina, waka,
just
waka,
this team isn't built
Old
just
Trafford is falling down. Ten Hag, you're a clown. Samina, mina,
yeah.
waka, waka, Old Trafford is falling down. Ten Hag, you're a clown.
I think defensively, I just think I mean, I mean, I think they do need another center half because Varane is old and decrepit. But I just don't think I think the system Ten Hag's trying to implement does not work
Doesn't work.
with the guys he has at his disposal.
Worked at Ajax.
Yeah, but okay. Speaking, okay, it's okay. Thank you for that rant. I was actually very excited for that. That was good. That was some good stuff right there. Uh, what was your biggest surprise? On a positive.
Borussia Dortmund.
Actually, Bo Russia.
Borussia
Bo
Dortmund.
Rush Dortmund.
A lot of people expect them to come third, maybe even fourth in that group of death.
And they finished
They
top.
they topped it. Very impressive. Got the job done. I didn't really watch a whole lot of that group, but go Dortmund.
I love Kareem Adeyemi. Moving on, it's everyone's favorite sub. It's everyone's favorite segment. It's the team to highlight. Do you want to go first or?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
So my team to highlight, it's the Cardinals, but not the St. Louis one.
Thankfully,
Actually, technically, yes, because they were in St. Louis, but now they're in Arizona. The 2015 Arizona Cardinals, they won the NFC West with a 13-3 record. Bruce Arians at the helm. They ended up losing in the NFC Championship 49-15 to the Panthers that year. That famous Panthers team that just
do they
couldn't.
John Brown? They had John Brown, right?
Yep, yeah, we'll get to him in a second. So Carson Palmer was the starting quarterback, 63.7 completion percentage, 35 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,671 passing yards, a 76.4 QBR. Their leading rusher was Chris Johnson with 816 rushing yards. David Johnson led with 8 touchdowns on the ground, though. As I keep going.
Wait. Northern Iowa legend, David Johnson.
Who's in Northern Iowa?
Yeah,
Kurt Warner went to Northern
exactly.
Iowa.
That's how I remember it.
Larry Fitzgerald and John Brown with over 1,000 receiving yards, each with 16 touchdowns combined. And like I said, they lost 49-15 to the Panthers in the NFC Championship. Rough going for a really great team. 13-3 is solid.
Did they make the playoffs the next year?
They went 7-8-1, so no.
No, and then they.
Oh, their opening game was the Pats. That was the first game without Brady, the suspension.
That's right. It was in Arizona.
Garoppolo.
I remember they
Sunday Night Football.
deep ball down the sideline to who? Chris Hogan or Danny Amendola?
It was Danny Amendola.
Okay. How do I just remember that? I didn't even watch football back then.
You didn't?
No, I didn't start watching until after the 2016 season when the Falcons were good.
And then they had one more decent year, and then.
And now I just have to live with it.
You watched that Super Bowl though, right? Did you?
First half.
Okay. Then you went to bed thinking that you had it.
And then I didn't realize it's such a big deal until afterwards. I woke up. I'm like, did we win? My dad was like, no. I'm like, oh well, we'll be back next year. We're not back.
They're
next
never
year.
gonna be back.
Anyways, we're gonna take a time machine back to the 80s. Not all the way to 1985, which was when time machines were cool.
Going further.
Back to
Oh.
But I'm gonna talk about the 1984 Padres. Or sorry, those damn Padres.
I remember sitting at
Okay, anyways, best bats for them. Obviously, Tony Gwynn in his third season ever in the MLB. He 351 average, finished third in MVP with a 141 OPS plus. They had some veteran guys. Steve Garvey at 35, who is a Dodgers legend, and then near the end of his career moved here. And then Greg Nettles, who had some really good years back in the 70s with the Yankees. But then moved here at 39, and he played into his mid 40s. Those were like the trio of good bats for them that season. A kind of random one. I always like kind of highlighting a little bit of a random player. Bruce Bochy was on this team.
Not very random for his managerial career, but
definitely
for his play career.
I feel like you can't be a good player and manager. I don't know if that or
Yeah.
good player or coach.
Yeah.
I think it's a choose. Because I mean, like, at least soccer-wise, like Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Xabi Alonso, and Zinedine Zidane, I guess.
Who does he coach?
Xabi is Bayern
No,
Leverkusen,
yeah.
and then Zidane isn't coaching anyone right now. But he did win 3 UCLs, so. And then they had a four-headed pitching monster, but at the same time, their two big guys, and Eric Show and Tim Waller, both hit 3 home runs. And Eric Show is batting in the pretty good 200s. Ed Whitson was near the bottom of the rotation, but he still had a 3.24 ERA, and Mark Thurmond had a 1.21 ERA plus. So four really good arms in that rotation. Now heading to the pen,
Gossage?
yeah, I know, right? I was pleasantly surprised.
Whoa.
32-year-old Rich Gossage had 25 saves for them.
Goose.
Yeah, Goose Gossage.
Wait, now he had like a gold card in MLB The Show that's like a glitch in Battle Royale. Like it's a really good reliever
Was it
card.
this year?
It's like every year. It's like a Padres like 83 or 84 overall.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I actually don't play a whole lot of Battle Royale just
No,
because.
yeah.
Unless I remember there was this one weekend where you could get a Aroldis
Yes,
Chapman.
you got to roll this Chapman, Charlie. I know. God,
Hmm.
I don't know how you feel. Yes, because Battle Royale
Because
entries were
I play.
free.
Yeah.
Battle Royale entries were free instead of 1,500 stubs, so you just grinded that for a whole weekend. You got the World Series pack and you got 97 Chapman. I know.
I know, and I got the Rivera card that year too. My team was so good, man. And then
You were really good. And then
I
your PlayStation fried.
yeah, PS5 coming in soon. I will not be getting on with the show, whatever it is now, though, because the game's not good. Dave Javecki, Dave Javecki was another part of that team. He really, I mean, this was really one of his very few good seasons. He had a 2.93 ERA, and, and a lot of innings of work. And then finally, Craig Lefferts, and he had like two good years, and this was one of them. A 1.69 ERA plus. Have yourself a day. Speaking of the Padres,
What, 365 days?
speaking of the Padres and really good bullpen arms, did you know that Hader had a 3.41 ERA plus this past season?
Whoa.
No.
I knew he was good. I didn't know he was that good.
Braves, please sign Josh Hader, please. Anyways, moving on to the World Series run, they won the pennant 3-2 against the Cubbies. But in the World Series, they lost in 5 games to the Detroit Tigers. Kirk Gibson, Series
Giants.
MVP, Dodgers legend.
He played for
And
the Tigers.
oh yeah, that was where he spent the majority of his career.
Ah,
Um,
it was 88 when he hit that home. No, yeah,
88,
88.
88.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, First 4 games, it's like, those series where it's like it's deceiving how many games it actually was. Kind of like I think it was Thrashers Rangers in '07.
Whoa, where are you pulling that from?
I've been watching some NHL content recently, but I mean, yeah,
Like the one and only time the Thrashers made the playoffs? Or like twice?
maybe I think so.
They
It was
they
like,
didn't make it much.
yeah, uh, but
Hey,
it's like
Winnipeg.
it's deceiving that it's only in 5 games, but like all the games were close.
Hey, Winnipeg.
Oh, Jets, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Winnipeg.
yeah,
And they
yeah,
still don't really make the playoffs that much. And when they
yeah.
do, they lose to the St. Louis Blues in the first round. Just a thought.
Hey, but where were the St. Louis Blues this season?
We just fired our coach.
Actually,
Yeah, we just fired him. The
you,
guy that won us the cup, we fired him. Yeah,
I can't wait.
it's bad.
God, I can't imagine the day we have to do
And
that to Snit.
and then I know, and then like the year after, we were like gonna win the President's Trophy, which is a curse, by the way. Do you know what the President's Trophy is?
Nope.
Most points, like because NHL does point
Also,
system.
Bruins, so like the Bruins, like that's like,
Exactly. So they had the most wins and the most points in the regular season history. Then the 2020 year was shortened, because of COVID, and then they went to the bubble in August.
mhm.
But the Blues that next year were about to win the President's Trophy, which is a curse because it's the most points because a win is 2 points, an overtime loss or a shootout loss is one. So they were coming off the cup red hot, about to win the President's Trophy. COVID happened. They did awful in the round robin. They lost in the first round of the Canucks. Then the next year, they made it to the conference semifinals. Nazem Kadri ran into Jordan Binnington. And then Billy Huso had to come in, and we got our butts kicked. And then the next year, we didn't make the playoffs. This was last year. And now this year, we suck again.
I was talking about the 1984 Padres. Okay, okay. So, okay. Uh, so moving on, we're gonna keep it on the negative train. It's low light of the week. Take it away.
Otani and a plane.
Supposed to be on a plane to Toronto. Apparently that never happened. So
Literally, all of Canada was like, yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. Basically, how you sum it up. It's pretty funny.
yeah,
Do you even have a low light?
I do.
What is it?
Desmond Ritter.
Jesus, all this get talked about is the Falcons. Help me.
This actually, I think this is the most I've ever talked about them.
Yeah.
I just want a good QB for once. Please and thank you. Why does Joe Flacco throw 3 touchdowns against the Jacksonville Jaguars? But I can't have a good QB.
Uh-oh.
All right, I guess we're gonna have a highlight of the week. I'll start us off. This is kind of bouncing.
These have zippers.
Oh,
Whoa.
those pants have zippers. Okay, well,
Whoa. Look at that.
okay. Well, my highlight of the week. It's not really of the week because it was a long time ago, but last time my little highlight of the week was the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and then the race actually happened, and it was really, 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 really good. So much fun racing. It was a super cool spectacle. Charles Leclerc had some really cool strategy. Or no, sorry, that was Abu Dhabi. But he did have a last lap, last overtaking zone overtake on Sergio Perez, finished second on the podium. It was a really good race, except for McLaren and Williams.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
So not as good for me, but it was really fun to watch. So thank you for being a good race. And also Max Verstappen switched out because the entire time he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna suck so much." And then we actually raced. It was so much fun.
He won, right?
Did win.
Dun, 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 dun.
He won
Max Verstappen.
every single race except 3. And there were like 24 races. That's like never happened.
So he's like the GOAT almost now.
He's not the GOAT, but he's like imagine like the undefeated season. That's pretty much what just happened.
Basically.
Yeah. And Red Bull won every single race but one.
Oh, so when it wasn't him, it was another Red Bull driver.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But then again, that other Red Bull driver only won 2 races. And those were 2 of the first 4. And then Max won everything until round 18.
Who was the racer before Max that like Red Bull like made Max like the head like the top racer or something?
Well, there's been a couple. When he came into Red Bull, or he took the spot from Daniel Kvyat. Before him, the big driver for them was Sebastian Vettel, who won 4 titles. But then he came in, and then he was partners with Daniel Ricciardo, and then Ricciardo left, and he got Gasly, and then Gasly was bad, so they brought in Albon. But then Albon was bad, so now they have Sergio Perez.
Okay, but
Lewis Hamilton races for someone else, if that's what you're asking.
okay, I gotcha. My highlight of the week. I know that I'm like kind of rooting for the Patriots to lose so we can get a better draft pick, but Bailey Zappi against the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, balled out. 3 touchdowns in the first half, only 1 pick, and the defense really shut it down. The final score 21-18.
DeAndre Johnson have no.
The Steelers are butt.
wherewithal.
The Steelers
DeAndre
are butt.
Johnson has no wherewithal, I swear.
The Steelers are straight butt. Like I don't know, man. Losing 2 weeks in a row to like 3-10 teams.
I can never. Honestly, I can never. Anyways, this has been. Is this the most chaotic episode we've ever had? It's going to be a long one too. If you stick through this whole thing, you should like and subscribe
I agree.
and follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Hopefully we get an episode out within
a time.
yeah, like
Well,
maybe before Christmas. Hopefully.
I'm not making any promises, to be quite frank. Once again, this has been the NextGen Playbook podcast, episode 10. I'm your host, Charlie. Once again, my courageous, covalent co-host Reed.
Covalent bonds.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond. Alabama national champs.
See you next time.
We out.